Hey guys, it's Alex, this time with a review of critical darling Hotline Miami. Hotline is both a complicated and very simple game where you slide your arms into the sleeves of the main character, Jacket. Nothing is known about him except that he always wears jeans and, you guessed it, a Letterman jacket. The game boils down to Jacket waking up in his apartment, receiving a phone call cryptically telling him where to go, a mega gory romp through that location, and then a strange transitionary, normal everyday life level like picking up something from a convenience store or the bar. The gameplay is reminiscent of the old 2D top-down Grand Theft Autos, minus the clunk, but it is unique in that it also blends in mechanics of stealth with the ribbons of blood and guts into what can only truly be described as the new genre of a 2D em-up. The controls are simple and it is best played on a traditional controller because it works just like any twin-stick shooter with the addition of a button to shoot or melee and a button to throw the item in your hands. The game also includes the idea of animal masks that are worn to protect identity, but also give power-ups, like a dog mask will keep dogs from attacking you, or the cheetah mask makes a single punch kill an enemy. There are tons of these to collect in the game, and they allow for each level to be played differently from the last. The aesthetic design of the game was heavily influenced by the movie Drive and 80s culture in general, something I've been waiting for since Vice City. The levels pulse with energy and the backgrounds are alive with bright neon colors. The HUD and other text on the screen bounce with energy emulating a drug trip at some new hip nightclub. The soundtrack itself is one of the most amazing that I've heard. A mix between original and borrowed songs, this soundtrack totally fits with the 80s vibe while not feeling out of date or antique-ish. Overall, the story is absolutely confusing until the very end, but in a good way. It kept me asking myself, what in the heck is going on here, while still keeping me interested to actually hear the answer. Story gets a 7 because of how minimal it is. The gameplay itself is extremely fun to pick up and very addicting. This game gets tough seeing as you usually die in 1 to 2 hits, but I never found myself frustrated repeating levels as it was such a release to throw a baseball bat at some guy, punch an attack dog, and then pick up said bat and drop some dumb idiot in true action movie style. Gameplay earns a 9. The presentation is magnificent in that it truly nails that 80s style while still staying relevant. I'm not a huge fan of video game music, but I downloaded this soundtrack immediately and loved every track on it. Sound design has the perfect amount of squish when you slice someone's throat or cave in their head with a steel pipe. The 2D also works so well in that the exploding heads and guys crawling away with only one leg feels over the top, awesome, but not too gimmicky. Presentation gets a 10. The design of the levels are exactly what you would expect from any standard building. If the level's apartment, then there are bathrooms, kitchens, bedrooms, living rooms, etc. Without getting too spoilery though, the levels later on have a small addition that adds to the what feeling. Design gets an 8. The replay value is big! Each level can be beat relatively quickly, so it's easy to sit down and play for 15 to 20 minutes and then put it down. Each level also has a small collectible puzzle piece that is crucial to unlock the second and more interesting ending. Also, you are scored at the end of every level based on how many kills you got, the type of kills, and how quickly you completed it, and then you're rated through the A through F scale. This is used to unlock new weapons that will randomly be distributed around the levels. It also led me to strive for perfection and get a good rating all across the board. Replay value gets a 9. Overall, this indie game separates itself from the pack by delivering very well in all categories and giving me an experience that I truly enjoyed every aspect of. Hotline Miami gets a well-deserved 9. And come on, who doesn't love a bit of the old ultra-violence?